Building a portfolio with Fidelity Basket Portfolios is kind of like making a sandwich. It's as simple as picking your stocks and ETFs, sort of like your meats and other topics, and managing it as one big, juicy investment. Now that's pretty good. Learn more at fidelity.com/baskets. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Great solos don't make a symphony. In music or AI, get AI that's in tune with your business at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
Where your focus goes is exactly where your life is headed. You have to understand that you are a powerful, powerful creator, and you create what it is that you're observing. Whether it's things externally in your life, in your mind, your thoughts, your actions, your overall experience, as you pay attention to them, you create more of it. Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Andrew Lawrence, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to take control of your creative nature so that you can design the perfect life that you always imagined. And make sure to stay tuned to the very end, because we're going to take a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message and move forward throughout the day. Now remember, we're the rising tide. So if there's something impactful, if there's something that strengthens you, that gives you a different perspective in this episode, make sure to leave a comment, like the video, and share it with somebody. That's how we grow. Your involvement encourages other people to give it a chance, and it's how we make it big, and I can't do it without you. So thank you so much for that. Your attention is everything. That's why attention is the most valuable resource in this experience. When you go through life, when things happen, as you perceive it, you will create the next stage of event. So if you have a thing that you face, if you go through something that's difficult, if you have something that happens, when you go through it, as you perceive it, you will receive it. Meaning, if you see things as happening to you, meaning you're not in control, you will create more and more events, more and more situations will come into your experience that reinforce that perspective. But if you shift into the high frequency, the one from above, when something happens, you see this as something happening for you. And so when you see things that happen for you, you see the good, you see the elevation, you see the opportunity, you see the light. And so when those things happen in that manner, you then create more of it. There's this idea I have, this vision. I'm going to try to explain it to you, because if you start operating with this purpose, if you start operating with this understanding of this experience, it gives you complete control to literally make it into anything that you desire. If you want to get rich, if you want to get that money, if you want to have that body, if you want to have that life, that experience, whatever it is that you want, this is the key to making it a reality. And so think about this. This is going to be truth or just a perception. But there's all of energy. It goes all the way down infinitely and all the way up positively. It never stops. It's endless. It's always expanding. So that's energy. You are consciousness in alignment with that. And so whatever your mindset is or whatever your frequency is, it's aligned with this energy thing that goes all the way up and all the way down. Well, aligned with it are different realities of experience that we're coming in. And this earth that is here is aligned with these frequencies that are here. We are magnets. We are attached to things. And so when we come into this reality of consciousness, we're experiencing this earth life. So we're coming in through the bottom. We're coming in the low frequency. We have focus points. And for this exercise, let's imagine that we have 10. What we pay attention to, we attract. If you want to elevate, you have to learn to cut loose of the things that will hold you permanently and allow yourself to naturally attach to the things that will lift you up. If you have 10 points of focus and what those things are focused on, you will create more of. We have to learn to let go of the things that are not serving us. You cannot connect to the food that is a treat and expect the enlightenment in the physical form. Right? We have to cut that cord and stop eating for pleasure. Right? That doesn't mean you can't enjoy a snack. It doesn't mean you can't do those things. What it means is if you want your purpose, it's cut and dry. If you want your purpose, there is no, but I want a treat on Friday. right? It's aligned or not. And so if you want to continue down this path of finding things that uplift you, think about what they do for you. When you are listening to a podcast like this or the many others, you are attaching yourself to something that you believe is higher frequency. So if you go from this to then a show that is mind-numbing that you're not paying attention to, you're attaching and you're mixing out what you just tried to put in. Start cutting out the things that do not uplift you, and you will naturally find the things that do. Do you realize that when you're fasting and you're cutting things out of your life, whether it's food, whether it's experience, whether it's entertainment, whatever you're fasting from, your body, your mind will naturally calibrate and start looking for the things that uplift it. You are meant to fly. That's your natural state of being, is one that rises. We attach ourselves to these low-level things. We attach ourselves to these things that don't serve us. So you could make a decision today. We've talked about flipping the switch, but you could make this decision today that says, I am going to analyze every single thing. I'm going to reflect on every single thing that I experience, that I bump into, that I deal with in this life. I'm going to look at them and think, what do they do for me? So when you sit down at food, time to eat, you look at the menu, you look at your options. Okay, if I order this, what does it do for me? If I order this, what does it do for me? If I order this, what does it do for me? And if you pick the thing that is aligned with your higher self and you keep doing that again and again, you'll realize what you're cutting free. You'll realize the pleasure that you're letting go. You'll realize the short-term satisfaction disappearing, but the long-term connection to your higher self. You have to understand that width, height, length, and time are perceptions in this reality. The more we step into that version of ourselves, the higher version of ourselves, the more those disappear. You know, when you're in flow state, like when I'm doing a podcast or I'm coaching with somebody or I'm doing a meditation or I'm doing something that's in line with my highest self, like speaking, doing this, when I'm in that, time no longer exists. And when I go further in it, length, height, width no longer exist, and I become present in the energy of what is. You can watch elite athletes do this. You can watch people doing this in business. You can watch people doing this in their hobbies, in their joys, in their life. When you step into the furthest version of you, the highest version of you, the FU version of you, meaning the version that doesn't care about anything, you start eliminating these 4 dimensions. Time is almost the first one to go. And then before you know it, you just did something for 2 hours. You don't even remember the reality of what it was. You just remember the feeling, the experience, the energy. What you focus on, you expand. And so learn to cut these things that don't serve you. You will naturally start uplifting to the things that do. Your natural state is that of a magnificent. Your natural state is that of greatness. Your natural state is that of doing anything. Your natural state is a multimillionaire. Your natural state is a healthy body. Your natural state is a sound mind. Your natural state is complete abundance in all ways. That's what you naturally are. But to truly understand these things, the gift is being put where they're absent. If you're naturally the highest frequency, if you came from love, if you came from the highest point in the universe or whatever you want to believe, if you came from that, then your quest would be to truly understand that. So you have gone to the absence of it so that you could become it within you. And as you become it within you, you find yourself back there because the law of attraction, the frequencies have to align. So everything that we're going through is learning how to let go through these low frequency things, learning how to rise up and love through these low frequency things, which we then create more of that gets us closer and closer to where we're going. Our home state, our natural energy. Everything is for you. Everything is possible. Everything is available to those that decide that this is their reality. When you start saying, I am blank, and then you start disconnecting from anything that does not align with that I am statement, your life becomes the path. Your life starts becoming inward. And as you start focusing inward, as you start leveling up inward, you start seeing outwardly where the options are. Remember, if you're a multimillionaire in your mind, like that's already reality, that's already how you believe, that's already how you feel, you'll start to see the things within you that are stopping you from having that reality. And then when you start releasing those things through forgiveness, through just releasing in general, through acceptance, Once you start doing those things and they start to fade away, the millionaire within you, that energy that can generate, it starts showing up. And you start realizing that you have talents that can do certain things. You have abilities that will multiply certain things. You have gifts that enhance things. And so those start to happen. And then the millionaire's path presents itself. The millions of dollars fly into your bank account. It starts becoming more and more of this reality. And it's in steps. Remember, I'm speaking to you as someone that's in process of doing these things. Do not wait. Do not wait for your level up. Do not wait for your opportunity to shine. Do not wait until it's perfect. This episode is in fact a perfect example of not being perfect. This topic, just like the last one I talked about, is something I'm working on. I'm working through. The clarity is just starting to get here. And so sometimes I don't want to share it when it's this way because I feel like I'm not going to say it properly. It's not going to come out cleanly. But then I remember we're the rising tide. We're supposed to grow. So you should hear me understand something better over time. Right? You should watch this episode. You should listen to these things. And then a week from now, a month from now, when I go back to it, when it goes deeper and stronger and more clear, you see the unveiling of it. You get to experience it. Like you have a choice right now where you could decide to align on something like this, try to implement it in your life in this imperfect fashion, and then grow greater with it week over week. More powerful with it week over week, more in alignment with it week over week. You have that ability if you accept it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to slow down. This is important. Many times we do not take time for stillness. We do not take time for meditation. We do not take time for clarity. We do not take time for our power. And so this is one of those moments where we must do it. We must rise up and we must shine. So when you breathe in, you can pick an I am statement. You can pick a belief. You can pick an image. It's completely up to you on this one. As I breathe in, I'm going with stillness. I want to hear the power within me. So as I'm holding my breath, I'm going to listen to my heart rate. I'm going to listen to that energy build within me. And I'm going to feel that flow. And as I exhale, I'm going to let anything that doesn't resonate with me to leave me. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Everything is happening for you. So set your vision of where you want to go. Pay attention to what you're thinking, what you're perceiving, and if it is in alignment with where you're trying to go. When it's not, remove it. When it is, dial into it and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. Plus, I send out an easy to follow exercise in alignment with every single message so that you can make this shift as well. So if you want to be in that, if you want to join the movement, make sure you subscribe below. You can also follow me on social media at Real Henry G on Instagram and TikTok. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.